Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about every movie I watched last week, and as well as the TV season. So let's get right into it. Let's start it off with the one and only season of TV I watched, which is WandaVision. Mel and I watched WandaVision all Saturday, or we watched all of it on Saturday, I guess I should say. And it's been a while since I've revisited the show, and I think this is the first time ever that Mel has rewatched the show since its release. So yeah, it's kind of nice to revisit this because I really missed the peak of theories and TikToks about Phase 4 Marvel right after Endgame. It was really, really awesome. Especially 2021 was really great with WandaVision, Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, I believe, as well, right? So, yeah, really, really cool. I just kind of miss that era. I still really enjoy this show as well, which I ranked it a 92 out of 100. Let's move on to the movies. Starting it off with my least favorite movie of the week, which is Epic Movie, which is a spoof movie, so not really surprising that it's my least favorite of the week. I ranked it a 17 out of 100. Did not enjoy this movie. Moving on to Hulk, the 2003 Eric Bana Hulk. Figured I'd watch it. We've got some Hulk media coming out soon with Captain America Brave New World in about 2.5 weeks at this point. So figured why not finally get this off the watch list. It's not great, and you can read my review, but there's no good Hulk movies except for Thor Ragnarok. So yeah. 33 out of 100. Let's move on to Cars 2, which was one of the themes of the week. Mel and I watched the Cars trilogy, starting it off with my least favorite of the trilogy, which is Cars 2, which I ranked at 44 out of 100. And every time I rewatch this movie, it just gets worse, and my ranking gets lower. Mel quite enjoys this movie, but I really do not enjoy this movie, and I'd be surprised if anything was lower than this in my Pixar list. Let's move on to The Witch, which is actually how I started the week, or the second movie I watched this week. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy this movie, but I've talked about it in the past few videos as well. I am just struggling to enjoy Robert Eggers movies, which is really sad because I know a lot of people really love those movies, and they all have really good reviews, good ratings, good ranks, but I am really struggling to enjoy his movies, and The Witch is no different, unfortunately. 58 out of 100. Let's move on to, I believe, how I actually started the week, which was Escape from New York. One of my goals this year is to go through John Carpenter movies, and Escape from New York is one. Figured I might as well watch it. I'll watch some of his horror movies later on this year, but 62 out of 100 for Escape from New York. It was okay. A weird dystopian future. It was okay. Moving on to Blink Twice, which I ranked as 64 out of 100. I definitely enjoyed this. There were some moments where I really enjoyed it, and there were some moments that I thought it was kind of okay. It was just fine. But I'd say for the most part, I did enjoy this. I do feel like there are some problems with this movie for sure. And I feel like thematically it's kind of really driven into your skull throughout this movie, which some movies are like that. But yeah, overall, I had a decent time with it, 64 out of 100. Let's move on to The Princess Diaries, which honestly was kind of surprising for me. Mel has talked to me very much about this movie, and she's spoken very highly about this movie, but neither of us actually really loved it. This is the first time I've ever watched it, and it's the first time she's rewatched it in a few years. So, but yeah, we both didn't really love it. I think Mel ranked it a 3.5. I ranked it a 3. So neither of us really ranked it that highly. But 67 out of 100 for The Princess Diaries. Moving on to Triangle of Sadness, which was a very interesting movie. Another movie that kind of bats you over the head with its themes. Yeah, I mean, it was quite an interesting movie for sure. I would say I enjoyed most of this. It got a little weird, and the twist in the middle of the movie before we get to the third act, you could have never prepared me for that because I would have never, ever expected that to happen. So that was quite surprising. I really was expecting that. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I had a decent time with it. I had a good time with it. 74 out of 100. Moving on to Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, which is my favorite 2025 release so far. I've only seen two 2025 releases so far, but it is my favorite so far. I ranked it a 76 out of 100. To be honest, I struggled to stay awake in the theater while watching this throughout the first half an hour or so. I was just really tired. I was kind of fighting for my life in the theater, but I ended up really enjoying this movie. I would like to rewatch both of these movies as well because I did quite enjoy both of them. And I think they're just some really chill action thrillers, which I quite enjoy. I don't find a lot of action thrillers are great, but I did enjoy both of these, and I thought they were both good. Not much of a difference from the first rating as well, which I ranked it to 78 out of 100. So, enjoyed them both. Let's move on to Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood, which is one of his most popular movies, which I ranked to 78 out of 100. And I believe it also won Best Picture at the Oscars or for the year of 1992, I believe. So that's cool as well. I also made a list on Letterboxd this week for all the movies I've seen that have won Best Picture. Obviously, with the award nominations coming out this week, it was a very interesting week, or last week, I guess, for the award nominations. So I'm kind of in award season now, kind of trying to watch some different movies. So Triangle of Sadness, Unforgiven, watching some movies that have won some awards. Anyways. Unforgiven, pretty enjoyable, 78 out of 100. Let's move on to Cars 3. And Mel and I think, are the only two people on Earth that love this movie because we both really love this movie. And actually, last year when we watched this movie, I raised my ranking from an 83 up to an 85 out of 100. This time it's gone down to a 79 out of 100. I still think it's very good, obviously, but really, I just kind of look forward to the storyline about Doc throughout this movie. And that's the best parts of the movie for me. I still love this movie, just not as much as I did last year, I guess. 79 out of 100. Let's move on to The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement, which I ranked an 80 out of 100. This one really surprised me. Mel and I were both kind of dreading watching this because we did not think we were going to watch it, or we didn't think we were going to enjoy it. We didn't really plan on watching it, but I decided, let's watch it. We decided to watch it together, and we both enjoyed it more than the first, surprisingly enough. I didn't think either of us really would have expected that, but Princess Diaries 2 was a lot of fun. It was quite funny, and I don't know, it just was a lot better. It was just a lot more interesting, I guess. We both had a good time with it, 80 out of 100. Let's move on to A Real Pain, which I ranked an 83 out of 100, and I quite enjoyed A Real Pain. Kind of got the wheels turning, kind of got me to think a lot about some different things and relationships within my family. Especially, I am very close with one of my cousins. He's one of my best friends. Just kind of makes me think how different our relationship could be. I'm very thankful for that friendship and the love that we have for each other because him and I are very close. So, I don't know. This movie is it wasn't as depressing as I thought, but it really took me back to think about a lot of things. And obviously, I know that's not the main plot of the movie. It's not about your family. It is, but that's one of the plots of the movie. Obviously, it's very depressing seeing the concentration camps in Poland and how close it is to downtown Poland, especially, which is really, really sad that it was like that, and it is quite grim. So this movie, I kind of opened my eyes to a lot of different things, I think, and I'm thankful for that. So let's move on to the top three of the week. Starting it off with Goodfellas, which I ranked a 93 out of 100. First time I ever watched this movie, and I really had a blast with this movie. Sometimes I get really worried about watching some older movies that are known to be some of the greatest movies ever made because sometimes I don't love older movies, but Goodfellas I really did enjoy, and I ranked it a 93 out of 100, and I would like to really rewatch this at some point this year because I really, really enjoyed it. I did end up splitting it into 2 sessions, but it was only like 20 to 30 minutes where I actually took a break. But still, I would like to actually sit down and watch this full undivided attention for the 3-hour runtime. But yeah, just a chaotically fun movie, which was quite interesting. I also didn't know it was based on a true story, or loosely based on a true story. So that was cool as well. 93 out of 100. Up next to my second favorite movie of the week, which I know people think this is stupid that I like this more than Goodfellas, but Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is a movie I have not revisited since its year, or since the release of its release in theaters. I'll just say that. There we go. I really, really enjoy this movie very, very much. I rate it a 95 out of 100. My rating has kind of fluctuated every time I've rewatched it, or every time I've watched it. I've only seen it 3 times. This is the 3rd time. Mel and I watched it yesterday, and I just really, really, really enjoy this movie. It has one of my favorite fight scenes, probably some of the best score the MCU has to offer. Also, some of the best directing, especially camera work behind behind the camera in the MCU. Shout out to Sam Raimi for that. And yeah, I really love this movie. It's very special to me. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. First time I watched it, I rated it I think a 94 out of 100. Or no, sorry, a 92 out of 100. Second time I watched it, I ranked it a 94 out of 100. This time watching it, I ranked it a 95. So I really enjoy this movie, and I miss this movie. I haven't seen it since October 2022, so it's been about 2.5 years almost. So it's been a little while, so it was nice to revisit it. Might watch it again later this year. Really enjoyed it. 95 out of 100. And let's move on to my favorite of the week, which is so far my favorite Pixar movie going through all the Pixar movies with Mel this year. It's both of our number ones currently. Cars, which I have at a 97 out of 100. She has it at a 100 out of 100. It's one of our favorite movies. It's one of like our movies. I would put this along in our list of movies alongside like Winter Soldier, Wicked, Mamma Mia right now as well. So this is really great, and I really, really love this movie. It's actually my 50th 5-star on Letterboxd. It went up from an 85 or an 86, I think, to a 97. So it went up a lot. And it's one of my favorite movies from my childhood. It's one of the most underrated Pixar movies. Fuck you if you don't like this movie, or if you don't like this trilogy. Shout out Cars. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.